All right, everyone, welcome to the next episode. This is all about us being around for one full year. It's on YouTube. It's so exciting. Just we wanted to take a second. We've done a lot. We want to take stock of everything that we've done for a year so far, share that with you, and celebrate a little bit. So yeah, welcome to Snake Pit. We're so excited to share this chat with you. Andy, tell us a little bit about some stats from 1 year of filming for Snake Pit Collectibles.
A lot of people have different opinions of how good stats look, so I won't make any judgments. But it looks like this. Really, we started, on June 29th, 2025. That makes us a year in. We have 61 subscribers as of today. We made 29 videos, and we have 2,338 views. How does that sound, Anne-Marie?
For our first year and us not being like YouTube pros,
Right.
I'm like 29 videos to me is a lot. I know that probably the average channel cranks out way more per week than we do, but we both have, like full
Jobs.
lives outside of this. This is
Right.
like this is not our only gig.
Right.
So one, I'm really happy with it. We also are doing this. We're doing it because we are having fun doing it, right?
Right.
So, we're doing it for fun, and we're doing to learn, and we're also doing it to, share like a really unique part of the Pokemon world that not a lot of people may have access to, but might find really interesting or want to know more about. And like, clearly our channel isn't about just like ripping packs and like flipping through really quickly. It's about slowing down and taking notice and like really paying attention to these cards, because Chinese Pokemon cards haven't, they started going into production or became accessible in 2022, which is really late.
Right.
So there's a lot to catch up on. So I really like those stats. I think it's cool. It's been really amazing, but some challenging. We've had some challenges of like just like learning curves.
Right.
So for example, Andy, like our scheduling, we're on total opposite sides of the world.
Right.
So along with that, what else have we learned from challenges along the way?
Well, I agree. It's been great the learning curve has been really exciting for me. It's something that I didn't want to be a 60-year-old man and not know what's going on in the world. So I had this great friend, Anne-Marie, who said, let's jump into this project. And I'm like, boy, I'm going to have a lot to learn here. And I have, which then, causes a challenge when we have other things in our lives like work and family and things that you need to commit a bunch of time. And when we talk
Yeah.
about editing and making thumbnails and writing scripts and going just to the Pokemon store religiously on a Friday or something else
Yeah.
like this, it's a lot of time. And I really believe that we're very lucky because we chose something that we still have a passion for, which is, we could have done this a few months and then said, oh, it's fun doing YouTube, but we're not that passionate about Pokemon. But it's really the opposite. Like, I'm
Yeah.
really into it now to the point of friends thinking it maybe is a mental condition I have or something for how much I like Pokemon now. But I mean, the thing about that is, as well, is that a lot of small YouTubers look at this and they say, I'm just sending my videos into the void. When they look at our stats,
Yeah.
they would say, how do you keep going? It's so few people who are checking you out and stuff. And I'm like, hey, two cool things about that. One is, we have videos that are still being watched by fresh eyes to this day. We'll put out
Yeah.
a video half a year ago and it's getting new views. So I'm really not worried about the void. I think it's really cool that people will catch up. And when we have a bunch and people start liking our stuff, they'll go back into the catalog and see more.
Yeah, totally. And I think that any new YouTuber or streamer, we'll have a period of time where, yeah, you feel like you're talking to nothing or no one, or
Right.
people aren't paying attention. And that's like totally normal because you are new, like you are
Right.
unknown,
Right.
So, but to me, even if we stayed like small, I just love the
Mm.
idea of at least who we are attracting or who's watching our
Right.
videos. That they're interested in the same things we are. We're not trying to be appealing to everyone.
Right.
We're not trying to
Right.
be mega famous off of this. It's just more about, hey, this is like a really cool thing,
Yep.
fun thing to share.
Yeah. I got a
And I
comment,
think that's our
Anne-Marie.
strength.
I got a comment,
Oh, did
Anne-Marie.
you?
Sorry about that. Yeah. So I
Oh,
got a comment from someone about a thing that said, "Hey, you guys are like a cool Pokemon podcast." And I was kind of like, "Yeah, we kind of are like a podcast. We really love the comments when they come in, and it's not a lot, but actually, when we get them, we really appreciate them, and I think it really will influence us on making better content going forward. So we really do hope that if you do catch this video or other videos, that you do comment, because we just want to keep making it better, and the community is great. Don't you think the community is great in this Pokemon area, Emery?
yeah, so that's another thing is it is the minute you start talking about Pokemon out in the wild,
Right.
somebody is connected to it in some like incredible way. Like it is difficult to find people who are not like seriously connected to Pokemon in some way.
Right.
So because of that, I guess I would say before I started like discussing Pokemon out in like my day-to-day life, I didn't realize how prevalent it was, and therefore
Right.
there is a community. Like I feel like it's like this invisible community all around you.
Right.
Because so
Right.
many people are into it, but they won't like readily talk about it.
Right.
And so that has been such an interesting journey. So I got a new phone. I was at the AT&T store, just struck up a conversation with someone as we were like sitting there waiting for our phones to like migrate all of our
Right,
data
right,
over.
right.
And this guy, we just start talking. I talk about like this channel and stuff and how we're new and stuff. And his son is super into it. He is actually going to be at Dallas Card Party, which we are. He's going to have a booth. And like we just nerded out about Pokemon and how awesome it is and how like as collectors it's so much fun. And yeah, it was just like it was so interesting to listen to him, and like he's clearly like so proud of his son and like how his son has both learned like how to run a business off of Pokemon and like talking about like net value of the cards and stuff like that.
Right.
And he's got a booth coming for
That's
Dallas
big.
Card Party.
That's really big.
Yeah, it's a big deal. And so yeah, that was cool. And then even the guy who sold me the phone, he whipped out his like credit card, and it was like designed. It had like a Pokemon card design on the
Oh my
outside.
God.
Like just like
Oh my God.
it's everywhere. It's like
Yep.
this community is everywhere.
Yep.
And I had no idea until I started just like talking about it.
Me
What about
too.
you, Andy?
Yeah, same. I mean, I've gone from an NYU graduate student who is the biggest Pokemon Go player maybe in the world in her own mind, and to a mother who loves to buy things for her son, to a colleague of mine from the Philippines who was going to Austria and wanted to get a gift, and the gift that the person in Austria wanted was Chinese Pokemon cards. One of my favorite stories, though, was I was in Portland, Oregon, with my son and my nephew, Art, and we were going to a card store, as a Pokemon crazy person like myself will do wherever they are. And we go in, we buy some cards, very little supply. Unfortunately, it's a very American card store issue. Come out, get a Uber, and when we get in, we get picked up right in front of the card store. And I thought nothing of that. But actually, I think I pegged that I was getting picked up at the card store. So we're driving towards our hotel, and the person goes, "Oh," the Uber driver goes, "Oh, you were at the card store. What cards do you collect?" And I go, "Oh, I collect Pokemon cards." And he goes, "Oh, I love Pokemon. Like, it's the greatest." And I started getting excited about it through my son. which a lot of people my generation or close to my generation usually got activated by their children, or there's some, because the 90s is before my time, Emery. Like my time was 80s. So I'm pre Pokemon as a high schooler. Even in college, I was in the 80s. But this person took that passion and continued it beyond their children. So their children kind of moved on and did other things. But this person is now a huge Pokemon Go person in the Portland community. It's his social base, it's his friends. It's just amazing. So I just believe this community's great. I love getting into other small YouTubers. I like big YouTubers, but I really like small YouTubers who talk about their Pokemon journeys. So I'm just delighted to be part of this community. I want to get to know more people in the community. Hopefully at Dallas Card Party, we'll get a lot more friends and community members to be connected to. But it's just been amazing. This first year's been amazing, Emery.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It's been so wonderful. Pokemon brings people together in some of like the best ways possible, and
Absolutely.
guarantee you, you walk into any public space and you mention Pokemon, there's going to be people around you ready to talk to you about it and to share that passion. So, yeah, we just wanted to one, reflect on the year, this, it being a full 1 year anniversary of us being on this channel, what we've learned, how it's just really how Pokemon has opened up the doors to just such an awesome online and like IRL community, right? So
Absolutely.
we just thank you for being part of this journey and hanging out with us, and being part of our little nook here on the internet. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you in the next episode. And thanks for sticking around. Hit that like, share, that like button, share, subscribe, all the things. Push all the buttons. We love you. Thank you for sticking around. And we will catch you in the next episode.